We don't tread because we got this rigid, linear perspective of everything gotta be boxed in, everything gotta be some shit based on my woman, gotta be this kind of thing. That's why you don't really like the goddamn woman that you marry is that old good ass girl. You know, church going and shit like that. And this is much.
Love, lift, life. We touch into your mind, body, and soul.
The book, The Sword and the Flute, Kimberly was talking about the dark goddess. The key to the doggone black woman is in her full potential as the goddess, she can never be tamed. See, it's no compromise. If you try to tame her, you shut her down. Then she's just a shell of a woman or a slave. So there ain't no compromise. She's chaos. That's why you ain't figured this shit out.
The type of relationship that you have, or the structure of the relationship, are you giving and receiving in all aspects equally? Because I think that will come up and you'll kind of be able to see what it is with this Libra full moon. And not even just your relationship with your intimate partner to be something to look at to see if it's balanced, but your relationship with family members, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with money. Mm-hmm. Is there a balance in all of your relationships? Are the scales tipping one way or another? Which is what Libra is about. And so in this full moon, I know for me, I've been kind of investigating my skills in all of these relationships and either cultivating or releasing whatever I need to in order to come back into balance.
Why you think it's a goddamn mood swing and shit? I remember I had a friend named Glenn, I couldn't figure that shit out either. He went out and bought us some brand new Pirelli tires and shit. And that motherfucker, she got them Pirelli tires and that night she just stopped speaking to his ass. I said, man, you better take that motherfucker by Burger King. Shit, that motherfucker get hungry, it's over. Shit. Get that motherfucker a goddamn strawberry milkshake quick. Motherfucker ass this shit, that motherfucker had some brand new Pirelli tires on a damn a fucking Honda Civic. And then she just stopped speaking.
So y'all know Beyonce released the homecoming thing on Netflix. And what the homecoming thing was her performance at Coachella, which she dedicated the performance to HBCUs in that Black homecoming experience. And the beautiful thing about it was that you got to see the creativity and the soul and the spirit of our people. And she always referenced the word, the swag. But how this relates to Fast Colors is that our swag is our magic.
Couldn't figure that shit out, what, but damn, it ain't to be figured out. You ain't figured this shit out yet. The mystery here is you are the degenerative species. You only the goddamn servant. You ain't figured this shit out. It's fucking 2001 and this shit all fucked up. You the only got, but your kingship and your mastery is you get the reciprocation or the residuals from the shit by letting her be the chaotic being and not trying to figure her out, but trying to go to the pure devotion. You didn't understand it, the male. You didn't understand it that time of the cult of the feminine. Guess what the males did? They worship the goddamn women.
In watching Beyonce on the homecoming, you could just see this innocence, this childlike energy, this pureness, right? This passion just for what she does. And in Fast Colors, not to spoil it or anything like that, but there's a little girl in it as well that has that innocence, that pureness, that passion just for her magic. And so it kind of makes me think of how we already know that we have to be in a childlike state, meaning not childish, but meaning that anything and everything is possible. You know, anything that we want to do, anything that we want to accomplish, we can. You know what I'm saying? And in the Homecoming, that's one of the things that Beyonce had said, that her passion and purpose is to heal and is to be a light, a spark to her people, to let her people know, to let us know that we are limitless and that we can accomplish any and everything that we set our minds out to.
Well, I know this shit sounds ridiculous, but if we fucking up and we all fucked up in the head, see this whole thing about, this is the whole shit about all of what you call it. That is it. We're gonna get out of this shit. The women got to do something. Guess what? The black woman ain't gotta do a goddamn thing. Sit on her ass and eat some Boston baked beans. She ain't gotta do shit. That motherfucker ain't gotta do a damn thing. Sit on her ass and eat some Boston baked beans. I done figured this goddamn shit out. Now I'm their cult master.
Right, and so that taps into even deeper. In the Fast Colors movie, a lot of the music and a lot of the scoring that they did was Nina Simone. And then also in the Homecoming, it was like in between every break, it was Nina Simone music or a Nina Simone quote, Nina Simone talking. And this is very, very deep and very, very powerful, because Nina Simone's spiritual inclination and spiritual gift that she wants us all to know is that we have to heal our DNA. We have to heal our ancestral trauma. We have to reprogram the DNA. And when we reprogram the DNA, we unlock our magical gifts.
They say that they are a state of, listen, what we're talking about here is this. If it's the heaven realm and it's a state of being, you don't question it. You don't question fucking mama. Like C. Freeman else say, Bobby, you don't teach mama shit. You ain't figured it out yet. Your mama ain't hearing that goddamn shit you coming home to mother with. You don't teach mama nothing. Even Denzel Washington said, he said, man, I just made Malcolm X. He said, good, now grab that goddamn mop. Get in that fucking kitchen. Boil that damn water. Remember he said that shit on 60 Minutes? I just made Malcolm X. How do you feel? So you better get in there and grab that motherfucking mop. You don't teach mama nothing. So resent that shit. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And so, of course, Fast Color and Beyonce, they've obviously unlocked some of their ancestral gifts. You know, our divinity. Not just being, of course, because we are melanated beings, but we have souls, we have connections, you know what I'm saying? We are connected to the Most High, you know, the All. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, there's just infinite possibilities, but the problem is we don't unlock those possibilities within our DNA. So, if y'all, around this same time last year, Tiffany Messenger, who unfortunately her YouTube page has been taken down, but I'm sure you can find this ritual to where it's a Nina Simone ritual, and it's basically about listening to Nina Simone do her different scats, and it's a full ritual. You need to go and find it, but the ritual is set in place to heal ancestral trauma. All right, because when we heal this ancestral trauma, we free and open up our genetic passageways. All of this stuff is connected so beautifully, because I also did the Khadijah, Panic's goddess, in her book, The Root Chakra Healing, is about DNA reprogramming, and that's what I've been diving into this week. And so, DNA reprogramming, clearing up your genetic passageways, all of these things have to happen in order for us to tap into our magic. And you can call on Nina Simone for that assistance. So get pictures of her, listen to her music, specifically the song Here Comes the Sun. That's a good one to listen to, especially because it's springtime now. So the sun's coming up and out, and so this is her time. Okay, and that's why she was coming through so hard at this moment. And it's 12:12 on the clock, so that's the mirroring effect again.
They say that Kali, the black woman, is not to be tamed in the aspect. She's got to come around. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck it, she'll come around. You see what I'm saying? So they say she's got to be pure devotion, where you let her be whatever the fuck she want to be, depending on what hour that shit is. Then you find out, then the shit get interesting, and you start having some magnificent things start happening, because you start to learning shit. You start learning shit from off of the left brain aspect that we don't tread, because we got this rigid linear perspective of everything gotta be boxed in, everything gotta be some shit based on my woman, gotta be this kind of thing. That's why you don't really like the goddamn woman that you marry, is that old good ass girl. You know, church going and shit like that. And it's just much because, you know, I got a lot of conscious brothers all over the country be like, man, I'm into this shit, man, but my wife is fucked up. I say, because you married the wrong motherfucker. You didn't marry the girl you liked. You married the girl society said you're supposed to be with.
Yeah. That's what it is, y'all. We got to tap into that DNA and unleash and unlock some different things. You know, it's in the blood. Like, everything that we need to know, and, you know, everything that we are, all of our gifts, you know, whether we are empaths, intuitives, alchemists, like, whatever your gifts are, we can make them greater and unlock more if we tap into our DNA, unlock our DNA, reprogram our DNA. And all of this is done by thought, repetitious thought, affirmations, meditation. Yeah, I mean, this makes me think of American Gods as well. Mm-hmm. You know, the Black Goddess, they showed her and her power and her greatness, taking over every damn thing. No, she lost her way, which, that's the thing. We lose our way because our mothers have lost their way, our grandmothers have lost their way, our great-grandmothers have lost their way. So that's why it's so important for us to do the work, because when we heal and we figure things out and we release, oh, my baby girl right here, hold on. When we heal, when we release and we figure ourselves out to whatever extent that we get, because at the end of the day, the growth never stops. The growth never stops. Like, you know, even when we transcend and descend and we are in the, you know, higher dimensions, we still have more growing to do. You know what I'm saying? So when we do this work, on some level or nothing, we heal our daughters. And so I think that has become one of my greatest purposes in continuously breaking down myself and my thought processes. And when I break down myself, and ladies, goddesses, when we get to know ourselves, we understand ourselves and why we behave these certain ways. This is why fasting is so important. We get to understand our mothers more. We understand our grandmothers more. And when we heal, we actually heal them. And they don't even got to know. They can just see it. You know what I'm saying? They just see light. They just see something different. And then on an ancestral level, we unlock chains from our ancestors who have been bound to this earth because they didn't do the work that they needed to do to know and understand who they are. So it's such a deep thing being a woman and having these wounds. Yeah. So these wounds, our wounds are holy. They are sacred. They are powerful. They are light. They are the gateway to heaven on earth. Like, wow, we are like amazing. And
y'all bring in light.
Society and media have not upheld us to that, and it's so important for us to bring ourselves back into that alignment and into that knowing every day on purpose, reminding ourselves of who we are. Like, honeys, listen. We are the safest place on earth. We are paradise on earth. Forget going to the beach, okay? Like, ain't nothing like us. Oh my gosh. And we gotta love ourselves more as a group of women. Like what happened, and I know I'm just kind of ranting right now, but it's just coming off the head. Women, lovelies, beautifuls. What happened to us complimenting other beautiful women, just pure of heart, and giving that exchange? Like, you know what it feels like to get a compliment that's just random from somebody that you don't even know? How your face just lights up, how you just be like, oh wow. You know what I'm saying? Somebody saw something in me. We got to get back to doing that and creating that cycle of energy of giving and receiving of love and light to each other. And I think so. That's magic right there within itself. So all you ladies who, you know, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the Divine Relationship Alchemy. Just in exchanging that beautiful, feminine, black goddess, womb man, creator of heaven and earth energy.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't marry the goddamn girl that you do the booty calls with. You see? You know, yeah. You love her, but you know what I'm saying? You can talk to her about any damn thing. You married the other motherfucker, that monster that patriarchal Christian society has made. A shell of a goddamn woman. You see what I'm saying? You didn't marry that wild ass motherfucker that's uninhibited. The crazy ass woman. You see? You didn't marry her, the one that's uncouth. Not ladylike. What is ladylike? And who are these? What are these things? Where are we getting these things from? The European who cannot take any type of doggone challenge? So this whole thing based on the only way we gonna get out of this is the black woman got to do something. Are we out of our fucking mind? That shit can't happen no damn way. Not only does she not have to do nothing, she ain't gonna do shit. Why? For you? Now y'all know y'all think this thing here is kind of crazy and stuff like this, but I say we gotta create a mutation. See, in order to get out of something, you have to create something that does not, if it's rational, logical, and make common sense, that might be all right for the world you live in that's already fucked up, but that's not all right for the world you go into.
It also makes reference to the triple goddess. Makes reference to the triple goddess, the mother, the maiden, and the crone. And we got to understand, as goddesses, we go through each of these phases, each of these levels of consciousness. They're all levels of consciousness. We are all three of those goddesses, but they give you the visual of it. Similar to, you know, how you had Jada Pinkett Smith, Willow Smith, and Adrian, whatever, you know, how they do the red table talk. They just let you see the visual of the three phases that we go through as goddesses. And that's beautiful. And so wherever we are, if you're in your mothering stage, or you're nurturing, you're caring for your children, there's a goddess specific energy that is in alignment with that. If you're in that crone stage, to where now you are just the wisdom, the light, the guidance to everybody else, there's a goddess energy flow with that. If you are in the maiden stage, to where you are really figuring yourself out and really establishing who you are, then there's energy and association with that. So it was beautiful.
The difference, you getting this thing? So the point I'm trying to make here is, in the book, he says only two ways to tame Kali. First of all, Kali is a primordial being that's a couple of billion years old. That means, in so many words, she's fucking neurotic. It's on the damn movie, I'm Called the Conqueror. Motherfucker say, your woman 90,000 years old. He said, she told me she was 19. Now here you go walking around here in Atlanta or wherever you from, and your soul is 90,000 years old. Trapped in a damn 40-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old body. You got to be crazy. You got a 40,000-year-old, a million-year-old soul trapped in a goddamn 20-year-old body. You got to be fucking neurotic. That's what the dark goddess is.
Like, forget it. Like, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, babe, but I am Black Goddess on this call right now.
Yeah, you know it.
I just gotta say this again right here. Forget anything and everything that you have done in your past. Who cares? Like, who cares? Like, let's start from today. Like, hell, I probably just messed up and was mad just this morning. Let me tell you. But who cares? I just want to take a vow with the women that are on here right now and the goddesses that will hear this later. Forget it. Forget it all. Like, understand where you come from, understand where you are, and understand where you're going. And understand that right now is what determines where we're going. So, let's continue to focus on our greatness. Let's continue to focus on all the things that makes us great. And understand that our experiences definitely add to our greatness because we have greater understanding. So, man, like, don't, like, just let it all go. Just let it all go. We all done, made mistakes. We all still have things that we're working through to better ourselves. That's totally understandable, and we get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just know and have trust and faith in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Feed faith, not fear. Have faith in yourself. Have knowing in yourself, because we are so beyond gifted despite all that we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing. Despite what grandma, mommy, auntie, uncle, granddad, despite what all they've been through, they still all left us with something. You know what I'm saying? They've left us with something. They've left us with a mission, a purpose, and gifts and magic that we have to tap into to make that happen. And I'm vowing to do that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of apparent circumstances, like, I'm still doing that at the end of the day.
The dark goddess is, you ain't supposed to figure her out. She is chaos. She represents something from the other dimension. And them mood swings is that particular part that's from the other dimension. You know, all the old people, old men say, you try to figure out a woman, you be dead. You see, she's not to be figured out. Now, the other way to tame her is through the tantric way.
Oh gosh, I should keep on. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, go ahead, Black Goddess. Go ahead, you got it.
I'm gonna give y'all a ritual real quick.
There you go.
Or a daily practice, I should say. Especially with you just saying the whole Easter thing, babe. That was a reminder. Easter, fertility, that's the womb. And so we ain't even worried about, well, let me not say that. If you are trying to conceive children, I wish you love and light and that manifests. And what I'm about to tell you, a quick ritual that you can do, I'm sure will bring life into your womb so that you can birth a physical child, and then also the birth of your creativity, the birth of any and everything that you want to manifest. I'm going to give you 2 rituals right now that you could do. One is womb worship. I just came up with that my damn self right now. The words womb worship. But I've been doing this for the past week, and I'm making it a daily life practice. Worshiping my womb, worshiping this sacred space that is so divine, that brings life, that birth to beautiful children.
I worship it too. I worship.
That birth to beautiful children, that is a safe place for my God. You know what I'm saying?
I worship it all the time.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, y'all. So what we can do is we can create an affirmation that is just dedicated to our womb praises, telling our womb thank you, telling our womb, we appreciate you for bringing the life for our children. I appreciate you for being the safe space for my God or my mate to reside and feel pleasure. Thank you for bringing me pleasure. Thank you for being healthy, healed, fortified, light. Just create an affirmation that feels right to you. You know what I'm saying? And every day, whether it's after you take a shower in the morning, after you take a shower at night, before you go to bed, get you some vitamin E oil and whatever your favorite essential oil is, and just rub your womb space while saying this affirmation, looking in the mirror. Okay? Look in the mirror, embrace the way that you look, embrace everything about yourself, and tell that sacred space, that sacred part of you, that you are grateful for it. You are grateful for, how it looks. You're grateful for the life that it has brought into your life. You are grateful for the life that it will bring into your life. You are grateful for the pleasure that it gives you. You are grateful that it is healthy, that it is whatever it is you want to say. Look in the mirror, rubbing your womb and saying that. This is going to unlock some parts of your DNA. Why? Okay. Why is that going to happen? All the children that you will ever have are already inside of your womb. When you are carrying your daughter, she is carrying all the children that she will ever have in her womb. So imagine if our grandmas and our great grandmas and things like that were fortifying their womb with positivity, with love, with divine light. We would be entering this realm in that state of being. Right? And so me fortifying my womb is fortifying my daughter's womb and fortifying her daughter's womb. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's already there. So when we're talking about like healing DNA and healing womb trauma and reprogramming DNA and healing our ancestral trauma, we can do this by simply showing gratitude and blessing our own womb.
But we know that when we even the Horus or the Heru mythology, we get the fight scenes, but we don't get the social or a lot of the spiritual things pertaining to the Horus myth. We don't get that particular aspect because a lot of that was in the Typhonian thing. Horus is not the son of the father. So what's the name say that the energy that is coming is a masculine energy? No. The energy that's coming is called the return of the Shakti power. He basing it off this particular story here, but he don't know enough about the damn story. I'm an authority on the goddamn shit. You can't be making claim and making a motherfucking sister feel bad about herself if your goddamn shit ain't tight on what the fuck you talking about. It's not the damn masculine energy that's coming. It's the return of the Shakti power. It's the Typhonian son of the mother. The son of the father is a later creation. This book here called Vedanta, the heart of Hinduism. There's a whole chapter at the end, the return of Shakti, God's created power. That's the feminine power. The male part is he got to have a damn hard dick enough to keep the gateway open so the power can come through. But it ain't the return of the masculine power. He ain't nothing but a motherfucking stud and a helper. In the Hebrew mythology, the return of Lilith. Lilith is supposed to be the chief demon that didn't want to lay down with Adam. Children was talking about. But they also tell you in the Lilith book by Barbara Black Kotub and also in Raphael Pate's book, Hebrew Goddess, that Lilith is supposed to take her seat on the right hand of God. Now in the Kabbalistic text, they say it's about what? They say that the whole shit, the whole Kabbalah is based on the return of the Shekinah, the feminine energy. This is the Kabbalistic text. Gershom Scholem, which is the chief authority on Kabbalistic out of Tel Aviv, died in 1982. They say, well, what's all this Kabbalistic and this Kabbalah stuff? What does it all mean? What's going to happen? He said, ultimately, all this shit is going to turn back into chaos. And chaos is the realm of the great mother. Chaos rules. Chaos is supreme. You see? That's so the feminine principle is chaos. And if you keep it up hard enough, long enough, you can stir up the damn chaos.
That's one easy, simple ritual. And then the next ritual is something that I just started doing this week as well, that I know is powerful, that's working. If you have natural hair, you know how we have to do twist outs. If you got natural hair, you know, put 1111 in the comments or something like that. Or even if you are a person that just does your own hair. An easy ritual that came to me in my dream was that as we are putting those twists in our hair, because the twists are like DNA, right? Because the DNA is a double strand that loops around each other. So when we're twisting our hair, we're creating DNA with our hands, with our hair. And our DNA resides in our hair.
Yes.
Right? And we see how DNA is coiled, our hair is coiled, right? So we can reprogram our DNA by saying affirmations as we are twisting our hair. Okay? As we are twisting our hair, we have the power to be reprogramming our DNA, because our hair, yes, baby? As we are twisting our hair, we are fortifying our DNA as well, programming our DNA with whatever it is that we want to manifest, with whatever it is we want to free and unlock from our DNA. Not only do we do it, see, yes, with the locks, that's the same thing. Yes, whenever you have to be twisting your hair, putting your hands in your hair, which is a part of your DNA, you need to be fortifying it, right? Blessing it. If you're doing your daughter's hair, you're doing your son's hair. Like our son has hair. As I'm twisting his hair, I'm blessing his head with any and everything that I want to be manifested within him. You know? So that ritual came to me in my dream. Y'all use it. Hell, it ain't just for me. We're supposed to spread this stuff. And I just got the realization of it being DNA from reading Ancient Future by Wayne Chandler. So everything is connected, y'all.